Hello everyone, this is El Spectrum. Welcome back to the Land of Empires. And yeah, I finally got my laptop fixed. Basically what happened was that the battery broke as well as my charger. So I had to order both from Amazon and they just came in this morning. So I wanted to make this video actually this Monday at around the start of the event. But this will unfortunately have to be kind of a more of a retrospective video of me going over my viewpoints on the value of this event and whether you should spend your dragon coins on the remaining 8 or 9 hours of this event. Yeah, so let's just get started. Basically, this event consists of two parts. The first part is the cheese part. This is really dependent on your alliance. If you are in a weak alliance, unless you are in kind of a dead zone, you are pretty much in the mud. Stronger alliances will just completely overwhelm you with the number of cheeses they can farm. Basically, you can collect any cheeses that alliance members have acquired across your entire alliance. So the bigger your alliances will guarantee that you will basically be able to outcompete similar members from less active alliances. But that's really about it. If you want to get to the top 3 rankings, fortunately, they made the frame available for the top 20 rankers. But otherwise, the top 3 is just, I think, absurdly competitive, and it will really depend on how much energy you have stocked up. I know a lot of people have stocked up probably over 50,000 energy points, so don't even try if you have nowhere near that. The other part, which is also the main course of this event, is the Lucky Star Hunt. And at the very beginning, I hoped you have all purchased the Unlock Double Drop for about $2 or 200 Dragon Coins. What this does is that it doubles the, well, I'm sure everyone knows at this point, it doubles the amount of tokens that you get from various missions. You get a total of 6 from Hell Watchers, you get a total of 20 from resources, 20 from Alliance Aid, 20 from speed ups, and 20 from spending diamonds every day. So every day, if you have the double drops, you'll get about 86 from just farming. So this is actually quite decent for low spenders. And you will get an additional amount based on how many you've rode the previous day. And overall, I would just like to share a little bit of my data, and also special thanks for Cursed Assassin for doing a lot of testing on the manual drops. So I guess the first question is, what is better? Is it the auto draw or the manual draw? And data has shown that it's relatively comparable, maybe a bit leaning towards the manual draw side, but I would say there's really no big difference. So if we were to look at this event compared to regular packs. So if you were to buy packs straight up and compare that to this event, I would say that this event is very strong. The priority for this event would probably be Pyronites. So Pyronites are surprisingly efficient for this event. You get 1,500 Pyronites per pull. If you buy the pack straight up, you will only get about 12,000. So sorry, I meant 1,000. Yeah, you will only get about 12,000 Pyronites for every $5 or 500 Dragon Coins you spend. But in this event, you get 1,500 for whatever reason. Relics, unfortunately, I know everyone loves Relic. You only get 900 relics. And I was kind of actually disappointed by the relic amount. I really think that they should have made it at least 1,100 just so that it is matching with the regular $5 packs. Because if you recall, for regular packs, you get 3 rounds of 367 relics, and I believe that adds up to approximately 1,100. So unfortunately, relics, although they are still quite good, I would say, because the amount of relics you need to max out your relics is tremendous. You need so many relics, and as a low to medium spender or even a small to medium sized whale, you will never even get close to maxing relics. So relics, I would say, is always a decent choice. But for this event, unless you are very close to maxing out your medals, I would say the top choice is Pyronites. The second best choice is probably shards, the blank shards, because Pyronites, I should first go over what you should expect. So you should expect one main reward for every 12 pulls. Every 12 to 12.5 pulls, you will get a main rewards. And that translates to about 30,000 Pyronites per $100 spent. It also translates to about 800 clamps or 330 shards or sands. it translates to 30,000 relics per $100 spent, not Power Knights. It actually translates to about 500,000 Power Knights. So if you spent $100 on Power Knight packs, you'd only get 240,000 Power Knights. So this is about a 210% improvement, or a 2.1 times improvement over the regular packs. If you were to buy relic packs on the regular, and I'll show this on the screen, you would get about a 34% benefit from compared to buying relics straight up. For clamps, you get about a 57% to 60% benefit. For sands and shards, you get about a 64% benefit. Now keep in mind that refined sands, like buying them straight up, is now kind of a scam deal now that we have these epic discount packs. And I was really surprised when the developers first released these packs, and I'll talk about it more in my glorious 11 through 15 video coming up. But yeah, I was really surprised that they discounted it by fourfold. Like originally, our refined sand packs was valued at about 2 refined sands per dollar. Some events increased that marginally, but only very marginally so. Like if you recall our previous Easter event, I think you only got like 25 cents per pull, was it? And that was a really bad deal. Like that combined with the packs that you buy, which included some sands, you only got about a 2.5 refined sands per dollar, maybe even less. So that really wasn't a good deal. And suddenly they throw at us like 8 refined sands per dollar, which is completely crazy. It blows every other pack out of the water, and it's really a no-brainer. You see it, you buy it. If you are a low spender, you're out of luck. If you are free to play, you're irrelevant. So back to the lucky draws, lucky star hunt. So on screen I will post the efficiencies across all the materials. But to summarize again, I think that Power Knights are the most valuable, especially if you are behind on metals. Inscription scrolls are actually really good as well if you are low on gems. The reason why I'm not really paying too much attention to inscription scrolls is because I buy these from the Mysterious Shop. These come at a 25%, 30%, or even 40% discount, and they come up pretty often. So I buy all my inscription scrolls from the Mysterious Shop, and for bellows, I get them from events. You get an excess of bellows compared to Power Knights and inscription scrolls from various different events. So I basically buy my Power Knights and inscription scrolls and then let my bellows catch up from the events. So although bellows, I think it's also not too bad, I wouldn't go for it unless you are really behind on bellows. So once again, Power Knights is my first choice. Blank shards are my second choice, and that is kind of because blank shards, they're always kind of $2 or a little higher than $2. I mean, a little higher than 2 per dollar. So being able to get about 3.5 per dollar is quite good. And don't forget, you are also getting 160 refined sands on top of that. When you buy the packs, when you buy the $100 pack, you get 160 sands straight up. And this is kind of why I'm not in the preference of going for refined sands. I know glorious tiers are very powerful. Like they, on a value cost basis performance perspective, rushing glorious is probably the most effective way to boost your power, especially considering how tremendously cheap glorious 15 is. And I was also very surprised by that. Clamps is a good choice if you are behind, but if you are behind, you're pretty much in the mud. So I don't know what to say. Like clamps, you would get about 786 clamps per $100, which is definitely better than the packs that you can buy them for, which is about 480 to 500 per $100. So it's about a 50% or 60% boost. But and at the end of the day, it's clamps. If you are not in the top 3 of the Apex arena, I mean top 4 of the Apex arena or top 3 of the Legends arena, it's really hard for you in the long run. But on the bright side, it appears that hero skills are having a greater and greater impact over time. So at the end of the day, do stats really matter that much? We'll see. We'll see when Season 9 comes out. So priority, Power Knights, then blank shards, then probably relics. After relics, I would be either leaning towards refined sands or clamps. So that would be my order of priority. Regular sands, you'll be crazy to go for regular sands. And speed ups as well as anything else, I wouldn't really go for. So yeah, that is basically the event. If you see that these packs are worthwhile for you, do go ahead and spend your dragon coins for the remaining 8 hours of the event. And is there anything else to really cover? In the background of this video, you will see an overview of my pose. Me doing, I guess, I ended up doing about 4,780 pose. Really don't concern yourself with the chests above the lucky star draw. The reward from those chests are really minimal. So I really wouldn't concern myself over them. Other than that, overall, I think this is a fairly decent event, especially in the context of previous events involving refined sand. You can get a lot of refined sands just by hunting for other materials. But other than that, yeah, I apologize for not releasing this video earlier. I was completely unable to do any kind of recording with this laptop being out of order. And I hope to see everyone in my next video. Take care.